Hello everyone. Today I am discussing one of the poetry anthology by Soni Dalia. Soni Dalia is the pen name of Professor Chandramouli from Hyderabad. Hope, Hoping on Hope is the third poetry collection by him. Professor T. Sai Chandramouli is a famous academician, poet, translator, and critic in India. There are 60 poems in this anthology on myriad themes like nature, love, religion, philosophy, human emotion, and flaws. The very first poem, A Leaf, is a symbolic poem. Poet has compared leaf with many other things present in the nature, as the line indicates. I quote, frolicsome child, float on ocean of love, atop the divine leaf, displaying art of living. Unquote. While there are other symbolic poems like Ubiquitous Draupadi, Beyond Horizon, Mission, Noise, Waving, Waves, and Navigation, reflecting poet's creative skill. Poet has given tribute to the holy river Ganga by writing a mythical poem, Ganga Maiya, and there are other mythical poems such as Darkness, Charismatic Krishna, and Looking for Gautam on mythical theme. There is a beautiful poem in the anthology named as Comforting Veil, which is dedicated to paradise on earth, Kashmir, in which poet had described how various shade and beauty of the beautiful land in all its form. In the anthology, poet has displayed his patriotism in the form of some verses as in remembering them all. He, in this poem, he is describing about the sentiments of every Indian towards various symbols associated with the nation like national song and flag, as well as he is remembering the sacrifice laid by our forefather in achieving freedom. Feeling emotional, he has written the following line expressing his deep patriotic emotion. I quote, Slogan of Bolo Swatantrata Bharat Ki Jai, reach the sky, seeking blessing of real heroes. Unquote. The poem Helpless is about the social and political environment of the country, and in My India, he is reflecting his love for the country he belonged. Poet seems to be inspired by Wordsworth's love for nature, as there are some poems highlighting his love for nature, as Quietly, How Nice, The Sky Within, Sunset in Goa, Why Men Are Not Trees, etc. Poet has written some poems based on various human emotions as well as flaw, like The Art of Living is about the way live their life. The verses Silence and Softly are about human qualities, and Inhuman is about inhuman activities which are performed through material things, like based on comfort for human being, while qui- quietude is about human lust for power and ambiguous. He gives example of Shakespearean classic like Julius Caesar. Then there is another poem, Prudence, which is also about misuse of power. There are some philosophical poems reflecting poets' philosophical blends of mind, like Beyond Horizon, Secret of Life, Moonlight, Taste Nectar, and Life. In Bonds of Love, he has highlighted teenage love. You're Not a Body is a poem dedicated to wife, and Why Only Me is dedicated to author Ash. He wrote some poem depicting various festivals of India, like Celebration Time is about festivals celebrated by different ethnic groups in India, welcoming spring, and Merry Christmas is about celebrating the festival of Christmas, which is celebrated all over world, including India. He also wrote If Now, Not Now, When, and Indolence, which are about winter season. Poet has shown his concern on various social and moral issues in poems like Unwanted, Force of Life, Pervert, Paradise, Depraved Demon, Queer Wadis, and Violation. These poems are based on crime against women and women's safety. He has raised issues like Nirbhaya case and in Nirbhaya case, and Lament of Lamb is dedicated to soldiers, Soldier Colonel M. N. Rai that who gave his life for the country. Then The Day It Was is a poem based on the incident of 26/11, and The Return of the Monster is another poem about the blast happened in Hyderabad, his hometown. They are poems such as Shade and Search, which are based on the new trend of writing poetry known as haiku. Haiku is a poem of 3-4 lines. This indicates that poet is well versed in all forms of poetry and is even well equipped with the changing scenario of writing poetry. His poem like Narcissism, What and Peppy are about new trend in society regarding the use of technology. Then there is another poem, Eunuch, which is based on the pain experienced by transgender or eunuch, giving example of mythical character like Brihanala and Chikandi. And the last poem, Hoping on Hope, which is the title of the book, is a very optimistic poem. As the lines of the poem suggest, we are found, I quote, we are fount of melodic verses, pleasantly welcome, where fragrance of fraternal feelings, fortified ties, into the blissful garden of innocent. Let me move. It reminds of me of the famous poem by Rabindranath Tagore, Where the Mind is Without Fear. This seems that poet Soni Dalia has bestowed all his feeling experiences in the form of beautiful verses in the anthology. He has immense love for writing poetry, which is quite visible in his poems, which are enriched with passion and emotion. He has chosen almost all the social, moral, ethical, mythical, and other themes pertaining to human existence in the present time. Almost all the poems in the collection are written in free verse. All the poems in the collection highlight poets' imagination, feeling, and mystical attitude reflected in the form of beautiful verses, which is the reason poet is highly praised in the literary world in India. Thank you.